should be one more right there. There should be one more right there in there. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Space Quest 6. It has been a minute, so I have no clue where we're doing it. Drop a like. That was fucking stupid. I think we just fixed our car. Did we fix the crystal?
All appears well in the crystal compartment.
All right. I think we did all that. Let's get the fish. Let's just sit down.
Good work, sir. I believe I can now follow
There we
the
go.
ion trail of Deep Ship 86 back to Delta Berxalon 5.
Launch ignition. Here we go. Ludicrous speed. Go. All right, we're going. We're on our way to Delta Berxalon 5. Ooh, look at this. All right. Let's get the hell out of here. That's where we are. Quarters. Where do we want to go? Let's go to Lab A. Then we'll go to Lab B.
Wow, a mad scientist working on a planet called Delta Berxalon. You wonder what he's doing here? Designing women, perhaps?
Oh.
Sorry?
What do we got
A
around here?
cybergenic incubator. You've heard about them. You've seen pictures in magazines, but you never thought you'd actually get to see one up close.
Big whoop.
This is the only piece of equipment in the lab that's totally unfamiliar to you. It appears biomechanical in nature, with a metallic skin that seems to expand and contract slightly.
Interesting.
A couple of Bunsen burners sit on the counter. Hey, they've got their own multiband UV wave bath straight out of the Ed Mundane catalog.
Nice.
The lab table is illuminated by a full-spectrum trithisonium bulb that simulates the naturally occurring light of a trinary star system.
Yeah, what he said.
A beautiful ruby-backed flagellant hops around in this cage, whipping itself with its... A beautiful...
Fish. You're on the mouse. Let's talk to a boy. Come on. Come on.
Hello, Doctor.
Janitor Wilco? What in blazes are you doing here?
Whatever I want to.
Well, Doc, I got a distress call.
So why are you here?
I just told you.
Because I know it originated here. In fact, it was from Stellar Santiago.
Dun dun dun.
You're out of your mind, Wilco. Now go away and leave me alone. I've got important work to do. Goodbye.
I know something's up here, Doc, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. You'll be sorry, pal.
Yes, whatever you say, Wilco. Just get out of my face.
What a dick. Yeah, we can do whatever we want. What's this
It's
high-tech
just
stuff?
techie stuff. There is a Callahan Mahdi here. Seems you remember talking about those things to someone recently.
Well, let's get the Callahan Mahdi.
It appears to be an old 1586 circuit board. Oh, that's right. You're not supposed to be a techie. We hope we didn't confuse you. It's just an old beat-up chip. It appears to be a Callahan Moddy. You take possession of the Callahan Moddy. It feels slightly gritty.
What is it?
It's just boring. You've heard of black boxes, haven't you? Well, this one's red. You have no use for that.
All right.
There's a nice variety of books on the doctor's shelf.
What do we
The
got?
Hidden Life of Orats. What they don't teach you at StarCon Academy.
What they don't teach you.
All I need to know I learned from the Q Continuum.
Oh, Q.
And the hunt for red corpuscle.
That sounds gross.
I think it's a damn box.
Whoa.
It wouldn't be prudent to...
We use a computer? Are currently down due to blah blah blah. Thank you.
These
for
aren't
your
online yet.
patience. For those in deficit funding, talk to your local congressman to complain. Nice.
Ah, who wants to look at boring old...
Prodigy. Prodigy was like an old social media website, forum.
After a click
Type
of the
deal.
screen button, Prodigy begins to painfully, slowly fill the screen. Oh, screw it.
Cyber functions. We
Don't
have a
touch that.
cyberjack. Alright, so we can't do anything with the computer.
You're not sure whether to turn it on, turn it off, open it, close it, disassemble it, pet it,
So,
wear it,
what
whip
else
up
do
a
we gotta
batch of
do?
margaritas in it, launch it, or clean it. So in your decisive way, you do nothing with it.
Alright.
You
What's in
press the
B?
Lab B button, but the Ascendo pad doesn't move. Apparently you need some sort of clearance to get to Lab B.
So it won't open. I didn't want to go to Lab B anyway.
Okay, what about the quarters?
You're far too much of a...
Okay, I guess we're not going in there, so I guess we're done. We don't have a cyberjack yet, so let's go get a cyberjack. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. And away we go.
Sir, I believe I may be able to tap myself into the PTS and perform a limited set of functions.
PTS?
Yes, sir. PTS, the Photo Triangulation System. It was installed as a crude backup navigational device to the modern navigational computer system. It's what you see before you mount it in the middle view screen.
Okay. 2.0 photographs remaining.
You summon the ability to leave it...
this. What? You? On here? Can we do that backwards? Is it puzzle? You want to second? Oh, you're not. Oops. Okay. You want to I'll take a picture. You just let your standard blank stick.
I do, sir.
Well, you wrote this thing. Yeah, just let me get a picture. Oh, you got a picture. You be like, oh, negative, let's Oh, okay. Anyway. That's a good thing. This one's which? It's a negative, you
The PTS is online and working. We can now launch to polysorbate.
Okay, polysorbate. Let's roll. It took us long enough. Damn fucking puzzles. Even with a walkthrough, I'm a fucking dumbass. That's what the problem is. And we're poking along in our little shuttlecraft. Are we there?
What may I do for you, sir?
Beam me down.
Step over to the transport pad and I will beam you down to the surface of polysorbate.
Sounds like a plan.
Manual tosses you a transport signaler.
You can only use this from the place I beam you to.
Alright. And we're back. And away we go. So, there's a little sales guy down here, implants and stuff. We went and talked to him when we were first here, I believe. What up, dude?
Howdy, stranger. The name's Blatz. Fester
We know
Blatz.
Fester.
Welcome to Implants and
Quest 3.
Stuff. Go ahead. Have a look around at some of the most interesting replacement body components this lovely planetoid has to offer.
Abby Normal. That's a joke from
a nice
Young
fresh sales
Frankenstein.
pitch.
You start to say something, and then you remember that... what's special about this Abby Normal guy?
With
Good night,
airbag.
Mr. Feldman, wherever you are. That bores me so.
Oh, they were designed... Oh, that one there's a beaut. Has a dang airbag built right in.
fucking
Great
weird.
for when your beast's motor skills just aren't up to par. Oh, they were designed during the days of warp drive testing. They didn't always pick clean courses to test run in them days, and there would be an occasional warp speed asteroid strike, which of course
nice.
resulted in a seriously non-graceful deceleration, you might say.
Lobe piercing. Get your brain pierced.
Brain-dead products have been a staple of the home-built being hobbyist for decades now. They
Home-built.
make a fine line of adapter plugs which allow for cross-species component swapping. Means you'll be able to pick up parts anywhere other beings exist. Nice deal, huh? They also make a pretty fine moddy. Get tired of what kind of mood your droid, or spouse for that matter, is in? Why, you just slap in one of those babies
Your
and
spouse.
bingo! You can modify them into a whole new attitude. Find a wife type who won't pay some big buckazoids for that. Too bad the sale of them is illegal. About all I do is trade for them. It's one of them loopholes, guess you could say. Kinda developed a hobby of collecting the suckers.
Okay, we got one of those. Callahan body.
Hello there, Mr. Blatz. I think I have something you might be interested in.
Think so, hey?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I really think you'll find it interesting.
Ooh, Ooh. Why, I'd love to take that off your hands.
You like that?
Of course, you realize that it's illegal to sell those. But I could trade you for something. Look around and see what interests you.
I could
What a
really
jack.
use a cyberspace jack.
Tell you what, I'll trade you for one of those fine specimens in the case. What do you say?
Nope.
No, I want the jack or it's no deal.
Come on, get your ass out
Oh,
of my
now
face.
take it easy, Sonny. I think we can do business.
Ooh, look at him.
I'm
Little
glad
VR
you see it
headset?
my way. It's been a pleasure. Take care, Fester. I gotta fly.
Alright, I think we're all done here. We got our cyberspace jack.
That's the cyberspace jack.
Alright, we can only beam up where we beamed in. And away we go. And off to Delta Berksalon 5.
What may I do for you, sir?
Delta Berksalon 5. And that's not so ludicrous speed. I guess they like this sequence so much they're using it again. Damn it. Why did he stop walk like that? That was kind of fun. Had those high knees going. Alright, let's go get on the internet. Fun stuff. What's up, dude?
You know, he's a bit ticked at you. I'd leave him alone unless you've got something really important to bug him about.
Why has he picked at us? We're jacking in. Ooh. Welcome to the internet.
That's quite a leap. You'd be able to clear it if you could get a running start, but you can't run in this game, only walk. In this space quest, you can't switch to sprint.
That's funny. I don't think any of them you can. That's how we leave the internet. It's the information superhighway. For those of you that don't get the joke. And then where's
Hey,
Wiley?
free birdseed, and so conveniently placed under a huge boulder, too. Forget it. You don't resemble that bird. Well, except for the pin feathers in those chicken legs of yours.
That's fucking funny. This place is crazy. I feel like we're getting somewhere though. Or not. Now that was strange. We're there yet? Hey, we are there.
For those of you who aren't paying attention, that's a stop sign. It's an office sign.
No, thanks, Captain Obvious. Hey, we made it.
The sign says it all. There was much talk and rhetoric about the information superhighway, but the executive and legislative branches seem quite opposed to getting together on just about anything either one of them introduces. Just look at the space program. Anyway, the frustration of a
Pardon
former
our dust.
employee is documented in the amendments to the opens date.
6, never.
A screwdriver lies on the ground, probably discarded by the malcontent who vandalized the sign.
Well, that's our screwdriver now.
A rag hangs from the sawhorse. Who knows what it last wiped up?
Oh, let's get it.
Don't pick at it, you'll only make it worse. There's nothing you can do now. It did have potential at one time.
Yeah, I guess that's everything. Stay hydrated, my friends.
Does your number match the one shown by the counter?
No,
That doesn't
I
make
don't
sense.
seem to have that one, but
Oh, I am sorry, sir. Strangely enough, there's no provision for buts in this system. You either have the number shown or you do not. Now, please await the calling of your number. Thank you very much. I have important things to do.
It's a window in Windows.
It looks like some poor slob actually waited for his number to be called and died for his troubles. Looks like a programmer just prior to shipping. You virtually eat the nearly real mint. Your virtual breath is now virtually minty fresh.
Does your number match?
no,
Oh, I am now. Does your
No.
Oh, I now.
Okay, we can't annoy her or anything.
This world's a great big ball of dirt. This world's a great big ball of dirt with 50 billion souls who like to sit around and veg down in the dark like moles. But me, I'm just the kind of girl who loves the open air.
That's delightfully non-helpful.
Screen savior.
Don't touch that. We don't know where you've been. It feels slightly gritty. You
Okay, so we're number 3, but they're serving 4.
It wouldn't be prudent.
Does your
no,
Oh,
Okay,
I
so
now.
nothing changed. Okay, well,
Don't touch that.
Well, let's use our screwdriver on it.
It would appear that merging those. Don't pick at. Don't.
Ah. Ah. That's fucking stupid. Now what you got to say?
Does your number match the one shown by the counter?
Yes, yes it does.
as a matter of fact, I do possess that number. Read it and weep, Pixel Woman.
Oh no, you can't possibly.
No biting.
Oh. Well, I guess you're right.
Let us in, let us
You
in.
bet your palate, little 32 by 32 pixel mama.
Minimized us. Okay, so we're looking for Nigel Rancid. That was one of the dudes that kidnapped us. I think that was his name, Rancid. Here's the R's.
That file, that file, that file, that file, that file, that file, that file.
Well, how do we know which one it is?
Man, these filing cabinets are...
That file, 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 apparent.
Man, these filing cabinets...
Well, how do I get up there? Like the stairs?
That file. That file, that file.
Man, these filing...
General drawer failure. Please step off and try another approach. You get the...
Okay. Rattlesnakes?
You summon the ability to leave it. It feels
Rats.
slightly... It feels...
Aaron Rand?
Don't pick... It feels...
Raspberries? Well, let's read it. Nigel Rancid and his brother Singent are hired thugs. Most recently, the Rancid brothers have been employed by Dr. Hayden Belarus and Sharpay of the Golden Light Years Retirement Community on Delta Parks Line 5. Cross reference Belarus and Sharpay in Santiago. Belarus, Sharpay, and Santiago. Alright, so we gotta go to a different row.
That file.
Nice. Lebanon Beirut, Bix, Biederbeck.
That's del...
Let's go collect them all and then we'll read them. We had Santiago and who was the other one?
That file. That file. That file. That file. That file. That file.
We're gonna climb up. Would have to start low anyway. Sharpay, that's what we wanted to do. Alright, let's climb on down and let's read some files. Is there one on us? See if there's a Wilco one.
That file. 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 That that.
Well, that's terrible. They should have had a Roger Wilco file. Dr. Hayden Belarus is the Chief Medical Administrator of Golden Light Years Retirement Community. He has gained much notoriety over his controversial efforts to mitigate the effects of, some say, to altogether eliminate aging. Sharpay and Santiago. Corpsman Stellar Santiago is a member of the Starcon fleet before departure from the world while attempting to rescue a janitor second class who was stationed aboard The SCS D-Ship 86. Now let's check Sharpay's. If philanthropists of the First Order, this benefactress of many good causes is known throughout the universe simply as Sharpay. Sharpay's most recent project has been the Golden Light Years retirement community on Delta Berksalon 5, where she hopes to spend her declining years. Always thinking of others, this grand lady will leave a legacy of charitable works behind her when she goes. Project Immortality. Okay, let's go look at that. Alright, let's find the peas.
That
Uh-oh.
General Draw. You get the. General, you get the.
No, I don't get the idea. I can open it from down here. And now I can climb up it? That's stupid. Why couldn't I pull it open?
General Drawer. You get the.
But that one I can go get. That's stupid.
Don't touch that.
Prometheus.
We don't know. You summon.
Prostate. Alright. Alright, let's get out of here. Well, we gotta read Project Mortality first. Immortality. The Holy Grail of Narcissists Everywhere, Project Immortality is a cold, hard scientific name applied to the cold, hard science that is the fountain of youth of our times. Project Immortality is funded by Sharpay and overseen by the controversial Dr. Hayden Belarus. It promises humankind the hope of the age eternal life. Sure makes marriage a scary proposition though, doesn't it? Cross-reference Endgame. Jesus.
Oh, great. That fire. 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 That file. That fire. 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 That.
Interesting.
That fire. 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 That 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 fire. That fire. That fire. That file. That
I
fire.
guess we can't get to Endgame.
That fire. That fire. That fire. That fire. That that fire. That
I've clicked on every one of them in this area, and none of them open up. Alright, so I guess we got everything. There'll be extra file. Maximize. Do we gotta put each one of them on here?
The cyber printer accepts your cyber file gratefully and begins to print. The question is, what exactly is the output of a cyber printer?
Let's see what it can do. Did I get him?
Boy,
It would be cool if it worked. Old school printer.
well, what do you know? Maybe there is something to this superhero reputation thing after all. And after that episode with the egg beater, I thought you'd never impress me again.
I don't remember the egg beaters episode. Do I have them?
Next.
No. Alright, we're out of here. We need this.
Bet you can't fit that thing in your pants.
Oh, it's a challenge.
Guess I was wrong. It does fit. There must be plenty of spare room in there.
Pull this sucker out.
You smartly drop the board in place, spanning the gap between the two bridge
So
sections.
I roll, baby. Ah, that's where it printed from. Or two.
These are the printouts of the files you've collected from cyberspace.
Yeah, let's get them.
Well, Dr. Bellows, I think you've got some explaining to do.
You're out of your mind, Wilco.
No, I'm not.
So, what do you have to say for yourself now, Doctor?
Confronted with the facts found in the files you located, he freaks and spills all.
Oh.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
My.
Eloquently stated.
I didn't think this all the way through until I'd crossed my own personal ethical line. I was already.
You had one?
It had already gone too far. The experiments alone. I thought I could do just this one thing and still live with myself.
No, you couldn't, could you?
Love can move a person to do some strange things, Wilco. She knew how I felt and used it to her advantage.
Women.
I think I know what you mean about that love thing, but wait a minute. Slow down. Are you saying you have the hots for... I mean, you are actually romantically intrigued by Sharpay?
She is an old nasty
Wow.
lady.
You are serious. I agree that love can make you do some weird stuff. In this case, though, it made you do some stuff that was unethical and illegal,
Yeah,
Doctor.
man.
Where is Stellar Santiago? I know she was alive, that her death was faked. What have you done with her?
Great Caesar's ghost. The woman, she's still alive, but I'm afraid not much time remains.
We've got to save her.
She is. What do you mean not much time remains?
As you must realize by now, the Golden Light Years project was merely a front for the research I'd been conducting per Sharpay's wishes. She is intensely fearful of death. You probably didn't notice that she is getting up in age a bit.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Who could have guessed that?
In very simple terms, Janitor Wilco.
Don't call me janitor.
That's janitor second class, pal. And don't you forget it.
Excuse me, Janitor second class. As I was saying, Sharpay feared dying, enough to take the lives of others to save her own. She knew I loved her. I remember the day I met her.
Oh, it's just like
It was at the
yesterday.
funeral of... Oh, I believe it was her fourth husband, and I remember never having seen her look so radiant. I fell for her, hard, and she knew it. You should have seen her in black.
That's fucking gross.
I'll pass, thanks. Just tell me about Stellar.
Okay, the bottom line is that I have developed a way to extend Sharpay's life by transferring her mental essence into the body of another. It was to be you until your friend Stellar Santiago
Why
got
would
in the
she
way.
want to go inside our
We
body?
thought no one would miss you. Go figure. What I have done is to employ nanotechnology to take over the designated host body, as is happening with your friend as we speak.
Oh, what the hell?
Stellar's body is being taken over by Sharpay?
It's gross.
Jeez. I don't understand. Is there anything we could do to stop it?
I've never really thought of it that way.
Well, think about it now. We have to save Stellar.
We gotta
You
save
can't let
her.
her die.
No
you
way.
can redeem yourself at least to some degree, Doc.
As much as it pains me to admit it, you're right, Roger. You're right.
Of course I am.
Okay,
Roger fucking
I think
welcome.
I may have a plan. We can save her. There are some interesting spin-off technological breakthroughs. I'm going to send you in to stop Sharpay.
Yes.
Say what? No, I don't think...
It's her only chance. If you seriously care for your friend, you'll do this.
We're going in.
Oh, the only way, huh?
The only way.
The only way.
Well, okay then. I hope you're sure about this.
I'm positive. Here's how we shall go about it. You will move your shuttle into Lab B. Meanwhile, I will generate new software for your shuttle's navigational system, which will help you locate the nanites.
He's
The
gonna
very
generate new
small
software,
robotic
okay.
devices I developed for the intrusion. One of them is Sharpay. If you can stop Sharpay, well, your friend's chances of survival improve immensely. Then, once I have located and extracted you, I shall work to repair whatever damage may have been done to Stellar during the attempted incursion.
Alright, sounds like a plan. We're going in. Inner space style. That's an old 80s movie. What you guys know about that?
The shuttle is nicely miniaturized by the beam deal. Hopefully, it is reversible. Perhaps you should have asked about that. There are some things you can't afford to have smaller.
Wow, he's an ugly dude. Let's say it better not freeze or anything because we haven't saved it all night. Where are we gonna, where's he shooting us up in? Makes sense, just put it in their IV. That's kind of cool. And crash landing. Alright, well, it's going to have to wait till next time, guys. Thanks for coming in. Hit a like if you haven't already at the end of this video. Drop me some comments, too, and if you're new, you got a sub. We got to finish this game next time, I would think. We just got to kill through here and get those nanos out of the way. No mo nanos. Caps lock was on because I was playing PUBG. Anyway, holla at your boy. I will see you next time.